Okay, so we already talked about the primary research. We're talking about types of methods of primary research. We have the questionnaire. Questionnaire is like bringing out questions given to respondents. So the type of question is about, yeah, there are different type of questions that it depends on the kind of business you do. But questionnaires are typed questions that will be given out or handed over to respondents. So to make a good questionnaire, the first thing is it has to be a mix of open and closed questions. It's not going to be a question that is difficult to answer and it must not be so easy for them to answer. That is open and closed. Two, it must contain clear and simple questions. That means it must not be complex, because if the questions are complex, respondents will just drop it somewhere. They won't care. They won't even want to answer anymore because it's taking their time. Three, not contain leading questions. It must not be questions that will already give them their answer. Not be too long. The questionnaire must not be too long and not too short. If it is too long for questionnaires, for respondents, they might just drop it somewhere. They don't have time. Yeah. No one has time to waste on reading and reading and reading. Then we go to, they said questionnaires can be used in different situations. We have the postal survey and online survey. When talking about postal survey, it means you make the questionnaire and you send it through post to different respondents, and you get the response back through the same address. Then we have online surveys. We do online surveys, just like the WhatsApp. Maybe you make calls on WhatsApp and they say, how do you see the service? Good, excellent, poor, and the rest. These are questionnaires. That's online. Or they give you different questions that you have to.
They give them to all the customers.
Yeah, they're random customers. They are random. It's not.
They give them to the people that buy from.
No. It's randomly. They just send it randomly. Sometimes you could, just check online. It could pop in. Those things could pop in, but most of the time, it might be based on the database they have, the data of customers they have. That's why businesses, they have database to get information, maybe about from past customers or even new customers. They could get it that way. But the two ways in which you can use a questionnaire is through postal or online. I think that is clear.
Yeah.
Then what do we have? We have focus group or consumer panels. Here it said if a business wants very detailed information from customers, it might use focus group or consumer panels. A focus group is where a number of customers are invited to attend discussion organized by market research. So when you use focus group, that means you are inviting certain group of customers. You are inviting them to get details about information. So those group of people that you've combined or you've called, they will represent the population that you're targeting. You get focus group here. Yeah. You are calling group of people to come around. You get information from them. So the information you get from them, you use that information for the targeted population. They become like sample. Is it clear, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's focus group. What else do we have? We have face-to-face or telephone interviews. That's another primary research. You make calls, you put calls to customers, or you meet customers one-on-one, you talk to them, you ask them. These are primary research. Then we have products. Okay, what else do we have there? Okay, then we have product trials and test marketing. You produce a product, you give it to customers to get feedback from them. So you have given the products to them, to some certain users. See, these users will give you feedback. It's still primary research.
Yeah.
I think it's good. What are the advantages of using primary research? We have data can be collected that directly applies to the issue being researched. Secondary data will be data collected for another purpose. Yeah. One of the advantages you have when you use primary data or primary research is that it has a target. You are going straight to the topic. It's just like when you have a one-on-one conversation with people, a one-on-one conversation with a person. You wouldn't want to waste time. You go straight to the point. When you are directing questionnaires to people, you are going straight to the bone of contention.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So the business that initially collects the data will be the only organization with access to it. Because you have the first-hand information. It means you have direct access to that information. Secondary data may be unavailable in certain areas. Yeah. And look at what they are saying here. They are asking about the advantages of primary data, and they are saying secondary data may not be available, might be unavailable in certain areas. So it becomes an advantage. Do you get how they link things now?
Yeah, yeah.
We are not talking about secondary data. We're talking about primary research. But it becomes an advantage using primary research because when you use secondary data, sometimes secondary research, the information you need about past events, you might not be able to get them.
Yeah.
That is an advantage using primary research. Then what are the problems of using primary research? It is expensive. It takes time. It takes time to collect. Unlike secondary data or secondary research that is already available for you, if it is available. So the sample taking may not represent the views of all the population. Like the focus group. When you are using focus group, you are taking the information of certain group of people to become the targeted population. But it's not going to say the opinion of the rest. It won't give you the real opinion of each one of everybody, each one of them. But you are using opinion of few. You are using opinions of few to judge many, which is a problem. You might not be able to, it might not suit that needs you really want to get. If the research method is flawed, the findings will also be flawed. If you make mistake in the course of you making that research, the research is a mistake itself. It's a primary research. If at the initial stage you make a mistake doing that research, then the research becomes a flop. So one mistake disregards all the information. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of primary research. Now go to the activity. So I think you should be able to do the activity now.
One.
Yes, please.